Oh my god, I think I need to look at a dictionary.
Performative acts or behaviors are intended to show how a person wants to be seen by others rather than who they really are. Most of us live our lives as performances. At work, with friends, and even in the quiet of our own rooms, there are versions of us, rehearsed and unspoken. This documentary explores the layered nature of identity through the lens of Johari's window, a framework that divides the self into what is open, hidden, blind, and unknown. Through the stories of two individuals, we glimpse the selves they share, the selves they protect, and the selves others see in them. At its heart lies a single question: who are we when we're not performing for the world?
I'm Emma Rose, a third year journalism and international relations student. And yeah,
Hi, myself Sona, and I'm a third year BVC student in St. Joseph. I don't remember days, like a particular day that I felt like myself wholly, but I feel like the most days that I am at peace with myself is Sundays, because I have a whole ass routine on Sundays, which involves waking up at like 6 in the morning, doing my laundry, and then going through the motions of a daily domestic by myself life. And it feels very calming because I don't have to talk, I don't have to socialize with others, and honestly a day where I can just like shut down and not talk to anyone is a day where I feel mostly myself. I don't know, I cannot think of any particular day where I was completely myself. I think every day I'm completely myself. Just different versions of myself are there. But if I have to, probably I'll go eat something nice, be at my home, have something, watch a good show, and then eat something nice that I've been craving for. I think that's when I feel myself. Yeah.
so I haven't really questioned any beliefs recently. I feel like in terms of my beliefs, I have a pretty standard set of beliefs that very early on deviated from my family. But the main primary one was in terms of religion, because as I grew into politics, given that I'm an IR student and I did political science, I could not completely understand why children were forced to subscribe to their parents' religion, because like I believed in God, I believed in religion, I was a very, very devout child. But was that of my own volition? I am not sure. Perhaps I'm always open to the idea of religion, but right now I'm a non-practicing Christian, or I'm gonna call myself agnostic because I prefer that. Because if I do choose to find myself back into the faith, then sure, I don't mind that. But then why should I be forced to subscribe to beliefs that haven't really given, that haven't seen any fruition? And yeah, so religion was a primary one.
Habits, I think it has come from a lot of people. Like, I think many of my traits is something that I, learn from or pick up from people I know, I spend time with. So like that, I've picked quite a few habits from my friends. And then in born you'll have something from your parents, from your family also. Stories, I don't know. Stories, if there are stories about me, sometimes people have made, I don't know if there are. So far it has not reached me. So that any one belief that I've questioned recently, I've heard people tell that I'm scary, like that they're scared of me. I don't know why. I don't know why they're scared of me. performing all of the time, other than like when I'm not around people. So the last time would be like less than an hour ago. We had to do an object archive for my advanced journalism lab, and so there were people coming and viewing my archive, and so obviously I had to talk to them and I had to pretend that I was happy and that I knew what I was talking about, but in reality I kept forgetting my stories, and I was more obsessed with my friends' exhibits than I was with my own, because mine was just like 7 sheets of paper lying. But because I wanted to have enthusiasm and I wanted to like showcase to my audience that there was something to be enthusiastic about, I was also performing enthusiasm.
I don't think I do anything performative, so I'm not really sure about the concept. I usually behave according to how different people are like, so I kind of adjust my behavior based on how different their vibes will be different. So same way, even my vibes will with them will be different. So with different kind of people. So that's how it is. I do not really think about being performative anywhere or such. Sometimes I come here and think who I am. Yeah. Sometimes I don't think only. Sometimes I wish I was that bird. Go fly, see the whole world. No problem. Why am I here?
Yeah, definitely there are multiple versions that exist for different people. One can be for my association, which I absolutely adore, but then for them I have to be this responsible, I'm one of the conveners, and I feel like I have to be this responsible person who has everything in order, gets things done, and I'm like still kind of stressed out because we're supposed to be having an event on Tuesday and I'm not there. So will they get it done without me? But in actuality, I don't want to constantly be the person who's responsible for everything. I'm also tired, I also have things going on in my life, and I can't be constantly running behind it when there are 2 other conveners in charge. But because I have love for the association, I don't mind doing it except for when it gets really annoying.
Different version that exist. I actually don't know, because I behave in different ways that even I question myself every day. So somewhere, I don't know, probably I'll hide my feelings, my emotions or something, and then behave coming to that people. So there's a version of that where I don't want people to see. So that part is not told, but then I'll behave just so that people know the good part of me only. So that version is there. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know the answer to the question. That's the thing. Yeah.
തല തെറിച്ചവരൊട്ടാകെ വാഴണ കൊട്ടാരമാണിത്, പെട്ടാൽ പെടും അത് കട്ടായം, എട്ടിന്റെ പൂട്ടുള്ള കൂടാരം. തരരരരത്തേ മടിയുടെ മലയോരത്ത് ധ്യാനിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന സന്യാസി, ചുമ്മാതിരിപ്പിന്റെ അഭ്യാസി, ചോരത്തിളപ്പുള്ള തോന്യാസി. തരരരരത്താ ഗമയുടെ കില്ലാടിയാ, ഇല്ലായ്മയിൽ താരാളിയാ, കുടിവലിയുന്മാതിയാ, കുന്നായ്മയിൽ കൂട്ടാളിയാ, ഭാവികളില്ലാത്തൊരീ ഭൂതങ്ങളായി വാഴുന്നു.
I'm recording you having chai.
I actually have no idea to this because I think my friends would say, like the one from Gujarat would say that I am a lot smarter than I let on, or that I'm more idiotic than I let on. I personally believe it's the latter, because every time I call her up, she's like, Emma, why is something always happening with you? And it's because I usually find myself in these situations. So yeah, I'm more of an idiot than I let on.
So I am Lily. I am Emma's mom's younger sister, basically her aunt.
This is Bhargav. I am Emma's boyfriend. What more do I need to say?
In my opinion, it's her resilience, her ability to be able to take a beating and just, survive things basically.
She has this sort of like sass to her, like this energy, and it's an on and off thing, but it only comes out on certain occasions.
In my opinion, she usually comes across to others as somebody who is very sweet, very cute, very docile, a little loud maybe, but and vivacious, but not someone who can strike a blow physically and emotionally. For the most part, she comes off that way, especially in the beginning, till people obviously get to know her. But I don't think it's really different from how she sees herself, but I don't think it's all of who she is.
She usually comes across this, elder sibling figure who likes to take care of others. Essentially, this like caring figure who is, in charge of things, and essentially the responsible one. That is quite contrary to how she actually is most of the time, like when off public stage. But it's quite the opposite.
So as I said, to me, her resilience is her, very strong trait. And if I had to tell her one thing about herself, the thing that I would tell my child is that she's much stronger than she realizes. She hasn't really tapped into or realized the full extent of her strength and what she's capable of. But if she were to, that would take her to heights far beyond what she just thinks she can achieve. And she knows she's smart, she knows she can achieve those things, but she can do so much more with herself and extend out her abilities so much more if she just realizes actually the core of how strong she is.
It's the fact that she can ask for help every now and then. Given the fact that she comes off as all this sort of responsible, caring person and essentially this elder sibling figure, she sometimes refuses, or it's tough for her to acknowledge the fact that yes, sometimes she can be looked after as well, and that she can ask for help whenever she needs it, whenever she's in a situation she can't necessarily handle directly by herself.
Again, it is something I don't notice about myself, so they should be the ones saying. So I don't know. I think I criticize myself a lot, so which is not necessary. Okay, I don't find something good in whatever I do. Something I'll criticize. Yeah, I think they'll point out that maybe, I don't know. Everything is I don't know. I'm sorry. Cut that part.
Hi, my name is Pooja and I am Sona's friend from college.
My name is Nathan and I am Sona's best friend, I guess. I don't know.
Sona's most unique characteristic, according to me, is her ability to get work done. Since I worked with her a lot of times before, I feel that no matter how much stress or pressure she's in, she'll find some way to get it done and not be lazy and stuff. But then even if her team members are not working, she would actually put that effort and get that work done by herself. And I like how she gets work done not only for herself but everyone else in the group as well.
One unique characteristic about her is probably that she is very open with other people. She doesn't judge other people a lot. I mean, everyone has their small judgment for people, but she doesn't let that she doesn't let that affect her communication with anyone.
According to me, she comes across as a very jolly, happy, joyful person, and I don't think she sees herself differently. I think she's an extrovert and she knows that as well. She likes to be happy, and yeah, that's good. She knows that she is that.
I think others see her as this open-minded, funny, outgoing person, and I think she does see herself like that. But there are some times where she has her ups and downs, like any other person would.
One truth about herself that she doesn't realize, but I think she does. I don't know if I can put it as she doesn't realize, is that she is a very positive person. She even I don't know. She ensures that people around her are happy. She doesn't have that a lot of negative energy or negative vibe, which I think she does know. But then I don't know. But that's what I personally feel about her. So yeah.
Yeah. So I would tell her. I would tell her not to take too much stress about things. Can clearly see that she does. I know she has the talent to do stuff, but she still overthinks it a lot. And that's something that everyone has, but she kind of doesn't overdo it, but she overthinks about it a lot, which she doesn't need to.
Oh my god. I feel like everything I've built up in my life would shatter and crumble. Okay, because I perform for an illusion, for a success that I don't know if I'm going to achieve. So because of that, if I stop performing, if I stop being myself, then my association, my hard work, everything that I have achieved till date and people's perceptions of me would shatter, which is something that I find very terrifying. Because if that shatters, then who am I as a person and what do I have to my name or for myself?
Like if there was a true self of me, if I had to be that, then I would stop taking nonsense, or like I would stop being patient. This is the first thing I would do. Like in real life, like outside I'm very patient, very tolerable. I can adjust and adapt as much as I can, and somebody pushes me to the limits also, I won't say much, but then when I go back home I think about it. So if I had to put that out and come out that in real life, then I would really lose my patience then and there and just start acting about that.
My younger self, that's a very hard question to answer because my younger self was very performative too. It was by around 4th to 6th grade that I became performative, and I don't really recall the years before that. But I tell her that maybe I need to make different choices in terms of what I pursue in relationships, and to not be so ashamed of myself, because occasionally I am a better person than I realize, and it takes years of being a better person that you'll finally see some fruition to it.
I don't pretend, that's the thing. I'm pretty vocal about my feelings. I'm very open-minded. Like I keep talking about whatever I feel or everything. Okay, there's a small part of me where I do not speak about it at all, but still I don't think I pretend. I'm really, as much as I hate confrontation, I like being honest with people and people being honest with me. So I don't think I pretend, so there's nothing to tell my younger self.
One thing that I'll surprise myself hopefully is I think I'd like to have a bike. And it's very funny because a lot of people see me as this type of person that's, oh my god, she worries about everything, she's so overprotective, she'll never take a risk in her life. And it's very funny because I was actually telling my boyfriend just yesterday that I'm actually not that type of person. I will initially worry because there is always there always has to be some cause of concern. But the minute I get comfortable, I will pull jugaad. I'd like to own a bike and I'd like to go Zoom. And I'd like to show people that, actually I don't even want to show people, I'd like to show myself that I don't have a lot to fear, contrary to what I believe now.
I hope I'll be doing something that I find something that I want to do, and I'm doing that thing because I really want to do what I like to do, but I've still not found what I like to do. So I hope I surprise myself because I'm also curious to see what I like to do. So, yeah.
In Johari's window, the unknown self is the part of us hidden even from ourselves. It is the gestures we don't notice, the stories not yet written, the selves waiting to emerge. To live is to perform, but performance is not just a disguise. Sometimes it can protect us, sometimes it connects us, and sometimes it hides the possibility of who we might become. So perhaps the real question is not who are we when we stop performing, but what new truths might surface in the silence between performances.